Ryan Farquhar had a miserable TT 2011, missing all but the senior race following a high-speed crash during a final qualifying session, which put him in Nobles Hospital for a majority of the TT fortnight. Now fully fit, Ryan, a double TT winner, is back for TT 2012 as a rider and a team manager, with Michael Rutter and the newcomer Jamie Hamilton both lining up on the Dungannon man's distinctive orange-coloured Kawasaki's, as you can see just over there. So now let's hear from Ryan, now along with his protege, TT newcomer Jamie Hamilton. Please welcome onto the stage Ryan Farquhar and the newcomer Jamie Hamilton.
Welcome, gents. Ryan, let's deal with the bad bit out of the way first of all. Last year, not good.
No, it was really disappointing. With a really disappointing Northwest 200, and we come to the TT. It got even worse, but hopefully that's all behind us now, and we can come this year and have a far better time.
It was not good in terms of the internationals, but in terms of overall, the last few seasons have been quite phenomenal for you on the roads.
It has. It went really well. I've formed my own team in 2009, and the last time I counted, I think in those few years I've had somewhere in the region, I think, of 170 wins. So it's pretty good.
Stop it. You're also very much involved in, seem to like running your own affairs, your own team.
In the past, I've been involved with some, fantastic sponsors, but along the way I'd been let down as well. And, just spoke to, I figured I could I could run my own team, and I spoke to Kawasaki UK, and they agreed to give me a bit of help. They give me bikes at the right price and give me a bit of discount with parts and that. So we built our own bike and went racing, and like I say, the rest is history. And I've took Jamie on for this year, and I've done a deal with Jeremy McWilliams for the Northwest 200, and I've Michael Rutter on for the TT. So this is going to be the bike that Michael's going to ride here, even though there's my number on it. But it's brand new. It hasn't turned the wheel yet. I've still a bit of work to do to it, but everything's fallen into place pretty well. It's there's a massive job taking on all our riders, and it does put pressure on me in a way. It's not so bad with Jamie coming as newcomer, as there's nothing really expected from him, but whenever you have the likes of Michael Rutter riding the bike, the bike has to be right, and I just want to put 100% into it, that everything's good and nothing goes wrong for him.
How much, well, I'll ask you, does it distract from your own efforts that you're running a team? Because as you've just said, you want to get it right, but are you sacrificing a bit for your own rides?
Definitely. All winter I haven't been in the gym once. I've just been spending all the time, in the workshop. This past while I've been working, 14, 16-hour days, 7 days a week, just to get the bikes ready. But, I don't intend, riding for much longer. And I want to, while I'm, I fund, a lot of the team through my prize money, and I want to be in a position where I can possibly run a team, with all the riders involved. So whenever I do stop racing and there's no money coming in there, that I could maybe get a few big sponsors on to help fund the whole job. At the minute, it just takes every penny I get from all my sponsors, and there's a lot of sponsors that have been really, really good to me, and they've looked after me well over quite a few years now, and I want to do my best for them, give them something back in return, and with a bit of luck, when I do quit racing, that we'll be able to get a budget together to run a couple of riders capable of winning the TT.
Well, you're still riding at the moment, which we're glad about, and looking forward to seeing you in action. This young man here then, well, I was just going to ask Ryan, first of all, how did all this come about?
The what, sorry?
Signing this young man here to your team?
Aye, Jamie, you know, last year he gave me a shout. You know, he'd like to do the Ulster Grand Prix on a super twin. So, you know, got him a bike sorted out, and we let him out at the mid antrim just to get a run on the bike. So he was quickest in practice, but unfortunately we didn't get to race. Went to the Ulster Grand Prix and he finished fourth. Was fourth and fifth, you know, which is fantastic. You know, for his first time there, you know, I won the race. Adrian Archibald was second. Jamie was fourth. So it was just, we're very close to filling the podium there. But he went to Killeen. We've been out this year. He's won a couple of races at Scarborough, so he's definitely a good future. Just hope he takes his time and learns the tracks. You know, it's not the sort of thing that you can learn in a year. You know, you have to serve your time on it. But there's no doubt he has the talent.
Well, let's hear from Jamie now, and to have Ryan looking after your first Isle of Man TT here as a newcomer, it doesn't get much better.
Yeah, definitely. Whenever I went and done practice for the Northwest last year, and that was what gave me the road racing bug, and after that I sort of thought that I would maybe change my career path and go road racing, and I sat down long and hard and thought about it and thought what way I wanted to go about it, and I figured that if I wanted to go road racing, I wanted to be with the best possible people around me. And so Ryan was the first person that sprung to my head. You know, he's got the most road race wins, and he's a complete legend in Ireland, and he was the first person I lifted the phone to ring. And I was lucky enough that we got a deal in place, and we've done the last few races last year and had a few good results, and we were able to carry it on to this year, and hopefully we'll have a good season.
I think you will. Have we got any messages for these guys over there in Northern Ireland? I'm sure there's a few tweets come in.
Just one. I think Ryan's already touched on it. Retirement plans from Heath for Heath. I know you just touched on it earlier on, but can you elaborate?
You know, this year you know, I've committed to doing the Scarborough races, the Northwest and the TT, and you know, I always like coming to the Southern 100 and probably the Manx Grand Prix. I haven't committed to doing all the Irish Nationals. I'll do Cookstown, Tannergee just to get some mileage before the internationals. But I don't know. I'll play it by ear. You know, it has been such a big part of my life over this past the past number of years, and road racing has been very good to me. But I would like to someday, very soon, maybe knock it in the head and run a team. But this may be my last year, I don't know. You know, I'll just play it by ear and see how it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's wish them well, and wish KMR, the team here, well. Ryan Farquhar and, of course, Jamie Hamilton.
Just a quick tweet in from Brandon Cretu, checking in to say hi. He says he can't wait to see everybody again, and keep them coming in as well. Okay, at IOM_TT. Paul Thomas says Ryan is going to be unbeatable on the Super Twin. Michael Dunlop claimed the second TT win last year, taking a convincing victory in the Superstock TT race. One of the TT's youngest ever winners, he looks he could go on to build a glittering career around the mountain circuit. And if you consider that he has 2 wins by his name by the age of 23, when a rider of John McGuinness's stature didn't even make his debut until he had reached 24, you can see why. This success has come without the support of a major motorcycle manufacturer, making it even more remarkable. And Michael continues with this approach for 2012, taking a loyal band of personal sponsors and an awning full of just about every motorcycle marque imaginable along with him in search for more TT success. Ladies and gentlemen, 2-time winner for Northern Ireland, Michael Dunlop.
That is a feeling and an enclosure you want to be in again and again and again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of them things you just can't get enough of. Once you win one, it's you just want to keep getting more and more, and the feeling, the buzz you get when you come up that pit lane and Paul Phillips is saying, and you're like, yeah, that's the way forward. This is what we come here to do.
This winter, we've talked about it, I know, but the audience here, this winter's been tricky though, hasn't it? Getting everything together, wanting to run your own team, and dealing with just about every manufacturer there is going.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle there for a couple of months. It's been really hard, you know, and just building 4 bikes and myself, you know, it has been hard, you know, and it's to know everything. And I can tell you, life at home has been, I've been hard work. You know, the stress has been on, and I have to say sorry to Charles and all the boys. You know, I've been really hard work. You know, but you know, now that I can sit back and I have them nearly built now, I've got a bit of confidence in me. You know, and just going last year, and I had a change last year. One thing came in new in the team, and I turned into a real better rider for it, you know, and I was smooth, and I was on my line, you know, and I felt real good, you know, and I knew if I come back again this year and build my own bikes and just try my hardest to win big races, and I can't thank enough on at the end of the year around the thing that kept me straight. So just if I can get that back, a wee bit of respect onto that, and bring that bring it back into the team for 2012. I know that smoothness in the bikes I've got, that it's going to be a tough, hard beat to be beat around the Isle of Man.
More than smoothness, I mean, many people are saying, and I get your view on this, that you're smoothing out your own riding style as well. You've always been obviously a great competitor and a charger. You want to get there by any means whatsoever to the front, but you seem to be maturing as a rider too.
Yeah, last couple of years, I have to admit now, hands up, I cheated death like it was going out of fashion. You know, if there was a hedge, I was going to be in it, and that was it, you know, and I was all over the place, and the thoughts of it, I was like death warmed up, ready for action, and I just got my head down, and last year, a big change for me in my life, and it put me in the straight and narrow and saying, right, sit down, get focused, smooth the things out, and, you know, don't get me wrong, I've brushed a few more hedges, but it's been a lot less than I have in a couple of years, and I've smoothed out, you know, and as I said, if I can get that back for 2012, and the person that done that and set my head straight, you know, I've been focused now, and great determination, and if I can get that back for this year, I can make it right.
A lot of riders also say they prefer riding a Suzuki, or they've got used to riding a Honda. You're riding just about every mark there is.
Yeah, I would ride a Gate if I could get on it, you know. It don't bother me, you know. I 2 wheels and an engine, and we're all go. 4 legs and hairy wool up the mountain, and we're stuck. We'll have that too, but you know, it's all good fun, you know. I've got a chance now to make the Honda right, you know, and Honda, I feel, is the bike I can come back and win the senior on, and obviously keep my ZX10 that we had from last year, which treated me well, and my 600 Suzuki, I've tried it now, and hopefully make it right, you know. But you know, I can't do it without the lads I have behind me. You know, they've been, you know, great people, and the loyalty I've got from sponsors has been unreal, you know. And I can't say enough to them. And even I've got 2 Isle of Man companies with me again this year, Minimix and Elas, and without them lads, it's not possible, you know.
Well, let's see if we've got any messages from anywhere in the world, but maybe just across the water as well. Well,
a couple of ones we're getting in is obviously about the sidecar thing, Michael. Let's have a look. Pierced Albert, shudder to think. Sidecars?
Do you want the truth?
Yep.
Yeah, it's before 9.
We had Dan Seal in the car, obviously people know that. Things got a little hairy. Dan was confident. Well, we went through drink. Dan said we'd get on it and whatnot, and he got on it. And I don't think he was willing to put his life in my hands. I think that was We actually, the Isle of Man government actually approached us only about 2 months ago there and said, you know, Michael, there's a hedge cutting come up for tender. And will you please take it on? And I said, look, we'll do it for free, you know, it's going to be in the package, you know, so. But the car's been out the window, but it's obviously I need to focus on winning the senior, and that's my main priority at this minute in time.
Just one more in, then we will move on. This is from Mike_TT_GP. It says, do you ever feel pressure to follow in your father and your uncle's footsteps?
Yes. Pressure. What's pressure? No, it's more, you know, obviously you're a Dunlop, and it comes with the game, you know, and you're obviously, when it comes to road racing, you're renowned to be the best in the world. The only pressure I have is self-inflicted. You know, I want to win races, and obviously I want to make a name keep the Dunlop name going. And no, I don't feel pressure from what they've done. The pressure put on myself, you know, on how I control that, and the people around me can control it is the main thing.
And the final one is this. One from Willis Marshall, a good friend of us here at Manx Radio, says, Michael Dunlop along with Ryan are making the fans of Northern Ireland very proud. Michael, you are awesome. So there you go, Michael. That's from Willis.
Thank you. I am awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a massive send-off here. He's already making a massive name on his own himself, Michael Dunlop.
"44 days, 9 hours and 5 minutes till this guy, Seb 7640, gets to the TT. That's how it grabs people. And what else have we got here? Loved Michael's sidecar explanation from Mrs. Paddy Plum. Okay. Australian ace Cameron Donald has established himself as one of the stars of the modern-day TT races, and was right back on form at the 2011 event, taking a podium in the opening Superbike race, and only bad luck prevented him from taking a Supersport race victory. A double race winner back in 2008, he continues with the Wilson Craig Racing Team on the latest spec Hondas for 2012, adding a lightweight race entry to his plans, teaming up with the DP Cold Planing Team for the one-off outing, and of course the team that he made his TT debut originally back in 2005. Ladies and gentlemen, he's come all the way from Australia, Cameron Donald.
Fantastic footage once again. Last year, Cam, you were really threatening to get us a race win, weren't you? It just didn't work out for you.
No, we led 2 of them, but didn't happen. So we're back again.
Red flags?
Yeah, that and some mechanical gremlins. So yeah, it was pretty bitter pill to swallow last year, especially in the, we had a good lead in a couple of races that didn't finish, but that's racing at the TT, you know, you earn your results here. But we got on the podium, which was great, and we showed we've got the speed to win races, so we've just got to put all the pieces together, and hopefully we'll come out back on top of the podium this year.
Everybody wants to be on that top step, but just looking at the quality of the field there is now at the Isle of Man TT, being on that podium is an achievement in itself. Finishing is an achievement in itself.
Yeah, I'm just thrilled to get on the podium, and any position on the podium is great. Of course, the win's the best, but getting on the podium last year was really sweet. So yeah, we'll work towards that again this year.
2 TT wins though, you'd like more though.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, and we've come so close to so many more, but it just hasn't happened, and how many TT riders could say that? That's just what the place does. It tests man and machine. So we'll come back this year. We learned a lot last year, and we did have the speed. And yeah, we'll learn from our mistakes last year and hopefully right the wrongs to get those wins this year.
There's no one more determined to get a TT win than Wilson Craig.
No, that's right. You know, Wilson's been a massive sponsor in the sport for a long, long time. Since I rode with back with Yul Duncan's team when in 06 and 07, Wilson was a sponsor, and then he sponsored many other top TT riders over the years, and he hasn't had a win yet, so it'd be really nice to give him the win for all the effort he's put into the sport, and we'll definitely do our best.
And reuniting with an old team, familiar territory.
Yes, for the Super Twins race this year. That's something pretty special for me. I mean, 2005, Mick gave me the break here and supplied me 600 for my first ever race for the Super Twins event. This year I'm back with Mick again, so that's going to be really nice, and hopefully I can give him a result in that class.
And what about then, just to finish with on this, before you face the great media social network out there, the profile now in Australia of the TT?
Yeah, it's huge. How big the TT is in Australia, I mean, it's always been well known. I mean, in Australia, it's well known from past riders in Australia and always being, you know, the sort of the pinnacle of road racing. But the last couple of years, with all the increased TV coverage and whatnot it's got, it's been huge. So it's great to see Dave Johnson, another Australian, come back this year. It'd be good to see more Australian riders come over, because it does get so much coverage at home, and getting more and more fans from Australia coming over every year. So, I mean, the amount of Australian flags that were out on the circuit last year and the amount of Aussies in hospitality was unbelievable. So, hopefully we'll see more of that again this year.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah, got a couple in here. Can Cameron please say hello to Lily in the crowd, please? Where's Lily?
G'day, Lily, wherever you are.
Where's Lily? Where are you, Lily? No, not you, Hector.
Yeah, Hector. No, you're not Lily, Hector.
Hector on Twitter. Yeah. Okay. Nigel and Deb in Saudi Arabia, Cameron, have asked if your leathers will fit this year. Our ferries are booked. Safe ride to all. See you there. Are your leathers going to get sorted?
Yes, the leathers have been rectified, and we're in a suit that fits much more snugly this year. I think that might have cost us a bit of time last year. No, we've rectified that problem.
What else have we got? 100 days until the Olympics. Who cares? It's only 39 days until the Isle of Man TT. Johnny Handermy, are you an Olympic sort of guy? Would he be interested in the London Olympics?
I mean, I guess when it's on tally, then we might take some interest and see how the Aussies go. But we've got our own Olympics coming up that are a little more important to me.
Yeah, so quite right too. And here's another one as well. Has Hutchie been interviewed? No, not yet. Great coverage, guys. Some Team Harry Snid. I'm not going to ask. Beer in hand in front of the computer. And I think we're pretty much up to date there. Oh, and how come Tim and Chris didn't get sunburned today, but Stephen Davison did?
Because he's ginger.
Yeah, this guy wasn't there either, so there you go. Tim.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cameron Donald!